Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now today's video is super exciting because I finally managed to get my hands on the iQoo 11 5G. Now the brand iQoo is not actually new to the world. They've been around for quite some time now, and actually they are a sub-brand of Vivo. Think of it as Vivo's gaming division. So it's called iQoo, and this is the first time that the brand is actually entering Malaysia. So again, very excited to see more brands entering our country here so that we have even better competition. Well, with that said, what is the iQoo 5G really all about? Let's check it out. Now first things first, we've got to start with the unboxing. So I'm going to show you the unboxing really quickly here. The iQoo 11 5G does come in a pretty nice box, and as soon as you pop the lid, the first thing you will notice is a BMW M4 picture. This is actually sort of just a card here. It does not give any real purpose. It's just to show you that, BMW and iQoo has worked together, so they have produced this phone here. So we move further down and we actually find that we have the phone itself. Now, other than the phone, we have a transparent case. We also have that 120-watt fast charge charger, and last but not least, we have that Type-C cable. Right, so the star of the show here naturally is all about the iQoo 11, which I do have in this very nice white color. Now, this is the only color that is going to be entering Malaysia, so you guys might want to focus on that. Alright, so now that we've got the unboxing out of the way, let's check out the iQoo 11 in more detail. First things first, we should talk a bit about the design. Now, as soon as I removed the plastics of the iQoo 11, I was immediately in love with the design at the back here because I am also a BMW fan. So first things first, we do have this really nice white vegan leather back panel. Onto the side, you will notice that we have a tri-color stripe, and this is actually coinciding with the colors of BMW's M division. So we have the red, the black, as well as the blue here at the back, and there's also a very tiny writing here that says fascination meets innovation. So again, it is a very nice and simple looking kind of design. The vegan leather at the back here is actually very grippy, guys. I noticed that there is quite a fair bit of friction at the back here, and this really helps me to hold the device even without using a case. Apart from that, if you notice here, we do have this quite large camera cutout, but it is actually a very slim cutout at the back here, and when you place the phone on the desk, it will not wobble that much. Overall, I think it is a very nice design coming from iQoo with their iQoo 11. Now, let's talk a little bit about the performance of this guy here, because this is actually a beast. So on board this iQoo 11, we do have my first ever Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. We also have 16GB of RAM that is LPDDR5X. That is actually the best RAM that you can find in any smartphone today right now. And in terms of storage, you have 256GB of UFS 4.0, guys. So everything here is fast RAM, it's fast storage. That means that copying speeds, writing speeds is all going to be very fast on the iQoo 11. Now, in terms of the processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, yes, I did do a very quick benchmarks test, and of course, I also did the Wild Rift test. So I'm going to show you guys the results on your screens right now. But me personally, I'm more of a real world use kind of person, so I played a couple of games here naturally. First things first, I have to start off with my favorite Mobile Legends, and of course, Mobile Legends runs without a sweat. Everything was buttery smooth. You could go up to the maximum graphics that the phone supports, and everything will still be very fluid. There is no signs of lag whatsoever with Mobile Legends, and even after playing for more than an hour, which is what I usually do, you will not actually feel any heat at the back. Now that is actually quite a basic game, so let's move up the rank and talk a bit about PUBG. Well, PUBG wise, again, I was getting a very pleasant experience here on the iQoo 11. Playing for at least 45 minutes, I noticed that there was no heat ups with the phone itself, and again, this is using the highest graphics that was available on the iQoo 11, so not too much of a concern there as well. Now we're going to move to talk a bit about Genshin Impact, which is the one that really causes a lot of heat to the phone whenever you play games for longer than 1 hour. So Genshin Impact wise, I noticed that it was actually quite nice. What I mean by nice is that the temperature does not get very hot, and I think that's number one, thanks to the vapor chamber that's inside the device, and number two, the fact that we have this sort of like vegan leather back panel makes it very resistant to heat, because when I hold it like this, I do not feel a lot of heat coming through that vegan leather. Another thing I noticed here was that the frame itself, usually on other phones when I play Genshin Impact for very long periods of time, the frame itself will get very hot. So even if the back panel is not hot, the frame itself will make your hands very uncomfortable to hold the device itself. So that does not happen with the iQoo 11. We have quite cooling going all over the device itself, and I think it's actually quite good here. with the iQoo 11. So yep, in terms of gaming wise, I think the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is actually doing quite a decent job here by giving us maximum performance with minimal heat. Overall, if you are a gamer and you are looking to purchase your next gaming phone, I think you should strongly consider the iQoo 11 simply because of its power that it can give you. Alright, so let's move on to the next point and talk a little bit about the display, because the display is also very important here. What we do have at the front is a 144Hz refresh rate display. That means again, everything is going to be buttery smooth. It is 2K resolution as well. That means that it's going to be super clear. Everything that you see on the display itself is going to be crystal sharp. And I think even if you are not a gamer, you will really appreciate this kind of high refresh rate as well as high resolution, because just browsing content, browsing Instagram, Facebook, your YouTube, watching videos and all that, everything is very sharp and clear on this display that you can really enjoy. In fact, the bezels all around the display is not that thick as well. I think it's quite alright. You do have that selfie camera cutout right in the middle, and I think that's great as well. It does not disturb the screen or anything like that, but overall, very good to see this 2K 144Hz AMOLED display on the iQoo 11. Now moving on, if you flip the device to the back, you might notice that we do have a V2 logo on the top right corner that sits on the camera lens. And iQoo says this V2 chip basically helps to reduce lags, ensure more smoother motion on the display, and of course to help out a little bit with that cameras at the back as well. So speaking about the cameras, we do have a triple camera setup here, which is led by the 50 megapixel main sensor. We also have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and last but not least, a 13 megapixel telephoto lens. Now the main sensor is actually quite interesting because this is the Samsung GN5 sensor, which is the exact same sensor that you can find on Samsung's flagship devices like the S22 and the S22 Plus. So I'm expecting really good photos here, but I took a couple of shots here and I'm going to make you guys be the judge. So take a look at these photos and let me know what you think. Alright, so done with the photos at the back here. Last but not least, we should talk a bit about the battery as well. We do have a fairly large battery in this pretty slim form factor, and I found that battery life actually lasted pretty well. After a lot of gaming, taking photos, especially since I'm in Bangkok right now, I was taking a lot of photos here and there, just using the maps, and just checking out GPS and all that. And the battery lasted more than a day, which was quite surprising as well. Now the good news here is that iQoo does give you that 120 watt fast charge. So whenever you feel like you're running out of juice, you will actually be able to charge your device up very quickly. It does 0 to 100% in just 25 minutes, guys. So very fast charging here on the iQoo 11 as well. Alright, so at the end of the day, what are my final thoughts on the iQoo 11 5G? Well, first things first, if you are a gamer, again, I think that you will really enjoy the benefits that you can get from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. You can definitely enjoy fast write and copy speeds with the UFS 4.0 storage. You also have that LPDDR5X RAM. The cameras, they do come from the Samsung S22 Plus, so you can expect some pretty good photographs coming from the iQoo 11. Other than that, you have a decent battery, a very nice design here. So I think just overall, it is a very good phone, not just for gamers, but also for normal users. If you're looking to purchase a flagship, maybe at the end of 2022, which is right now, or maybe in 2023, you should definitely check out the iQoo 11 5G. With that said, if you have any further questions, feel free to let me know down below. Again, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Really appreciate you guys here, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye!